First of all, breathe. I'm here, listening to you.
Have you ever tried to take a deep breath and still no air actually? The body is quiet, but inside everything is running. My chest feels like it's going to explode. And at the same freeze. The mind races, creating 1,000 scenarios, none of them good. You try to calm down, but your chest tightens even more, right? And breathe. Not everyone understands what it's like to live with this fear disguised as with this feeling that something is going to go wrong, even without knowing what. It's like carrying a storm in your chest, even when the sky outside is clear. Anxiety doesn't scream, it whispers hurriedly. She lives in the silence between a message you're waiting for and a thought that won't stop. She lives in this void between now and what if. From the outside, no one notices. You smile, you respond, you work, you deliver, you resolve. But inside, everything is on the edge. And no matter how much you say, it's okay, you know it's not. There is an echo inside your body that no one hears, but you feel it every day. Have you ever noticed how it hurts more when no one sees it? Not all pain comes with tears. There are wounds that only breathe quietly. But look inside now. Be honest with yourself. Have you been listening to yourself? Or are you just trying to survive on autopilot? This conversation here, it's for when everything seems too much, so stay. Stay because now it's your turn to be welcomed. Stay because your anxiety will not be judged. Here. And even if no one understands what's going on in there, I understand. And this voice is just for you. And if this video reached you, it's because some part of you asked for a breather. This topic matters because there are a lot of people screaming inside, pretending they're fine. And the more we silence this, the tighter our chests become. Here, there is no judgment, just space for you to breathe, feel, and continue. So, if this voice touched you in any way, leave a like now. This will help this message reach those who also need shelter. And if you want to keep walking with this calm, subscribe to the channel. There are more whispers waiting for you. There are days when getting out of bed feels like a silent war. The body is there, but it's as if it weren't there. You walk, talk, respond, work, but everything is in automatic mode. And inside, chaos. The heart races out of nowhere. The mind invents tragedies that you don't even want to think about, but they come. And they come with force. It's as if your own thoughts betray you, as if it were impossible to trust what you feel. You try to take a deep breath, convince yourself that it's just an impression, but the chest does not ease. It's an invisible pressure which seems to slowly crush. No sound, no pause, no warning, and nobody sees. People look at you like everything is fine, as if your smile were proof of lightness, when in reality, it's just a mask. You learn to smile with your face, while screaming with the body. You try to tell someone, but the words get stuck. How to explain what you don't even understand? How can we justify a fear that has no form, but has a presence? And when you finally speak, you hear that old phrase, "That's all in your head." And it hurts, because it is precisely in your head that everything happens. It is there that fear lives, that confusion grows, that peace is lost. Anxiety doesn't knock on the door. She invades, it takes away the air, dismantles plans, corrodes calm, and you keep trying to live as if nothing is falling apart. But I see. This video is for those who hide pain behind productivity, for those who smile to avoid questions, for those who blame themselves for not being able to control something they didn't ask to feel. You don't have to handle everything. Let me remind you of something. Anxiety is not weakness. It's an internal alarm that's stuck in alert mode, and when you try to ignore it, it screams louder. So, don't beat yourself up for not being able to just. You are not broken. You're just trying too hard in a world that demands all the time. Anxiety there is no schedule. She appears in the middle of the meeting, at breakfast, in the shower, in the silence of the pill. It invades small space and makes everything too big. And you find yourself trying to keep up appearances because you're tired of justifying what you feel. Tired of hearing that it's drama, exaggeration, nonsense. But here, there is no judgment. Here, there is listening, there is space. There's you, just as you are. No filter, no performance, no obligation to look good. And do you know why this conversation matters? Because while anxiety grows in silence, acceptance heals in a whisper. Because there are a lot of people who experience this, but don't have the courage to talk about it. And sometimes all we need is to know that we are not alone. So comment below. What part of this conversation resonated with you? Your word can be a mirror of someone's relief. This space is yours, in truth, can be used as a shelter. You can come back whenever your mind races, whenever your heart. And if you haven't left a like yet, do it now. Not out of vanity, but because this message needs to reach those who also don't know how to explain what they feel. And if that voice calms you in any way, subscribe to the channel. There is no formula here, but there is presence. There are light words, even when the world is heavy. And you're still here with me. We will still breathe together. There's more I need to tell you. You wish you didn't feel so much. I wish I didn't have to hide. I didn't have to pretend to be strong when everything inside me is begging for a break. But the world has learned to value those who endure, not those who feel. And you learned to hold on, even when you felt everything at the same time. It's not drama. It's not weakness. It's your body trying to survive in an environment that demands calm while pushing you towards the abyss. It's your mind trying to keep everything in order when, inside, everything is falling apart. You may even have been told that you are too sensitive, but those who feel too much carry in silence what many people would not even bear to know. And you know what else? You are not the only one. There are more people out there pretending to be in control, pretending stability, pretending to say everything is fine, while falling apart behind the calm look. Sometimes anxiety is so subtle that no one notices, but you feel it. And you feel it so intensely that even when you try to ignore it, it settles in. It arrives without knocking. It spreads slowly and begins to occupy everything, decisions, relationships, and you start questioning yourself all the time. Am I exaggerating? Am I going crazy? Am I weak for not being able to handle this like everyone else? No, you're not exaggerating. You just got tired of carrying everything alone. Tired of being everyone's balance point without anyone noticing that you also tremble inside. And look, there's something that maybe no one told you. You don't have to prove your strength all the time to deserve rest. You don't have to be on edge to finally be heard. You are already valid, even on days when you don't achieve anything, even on mornings when just getting out of bed was a silent victory. And breathe. You're still here, even with fear, even with a racing heart, even with this feeling that something will go wrong at any moment. You still are. And that is proof of strength. Not the noisy force that the world applauds, but the quiet strength of those who insist, of those who try, of those who get up, even without wanting to. You can't imagine how many people live in this same emptiness, that same tightness in the chest, that same feeling of being present in the body, but absent in the soul. But nobody talks, because no one wants to look fragile. But what if I told you that acknowledging your own pain is the first step to taking care of it? You deserve this care. It deserves to be listened to with affection, with patience, with presence. You don't need to have all the answers right now, nor understand exactly what you are feeling. You just need, for a moment, stay here, with me, with that voice that doesn't rush you, that doesn't charge you, who just wants to remind you that feeling is not wrong. Welcoming yourself is not weakness, it is wisdom. And no, you are not alone. Here, at this very moment, there are other hearts like yours. People who feel too much, people who are tired of being silent, people who found refuge in this video, not to erase anxiety, but to learn to breathe within it. You are one of them. You are part of it. This space here was made for this, for those who no longer know how to explain what they feel. But he knows he doesn't want to feel alone in this anymore, so leave it here. In the comments, how does anxiety appear to you? Which part of this conversation resonated with your silence? Your word could be the courage someone needs to allow themselves to feel the same way. And it's close by, because it's not over yet. There's still something you need to hear, and maybe it's exactly what your heart has been waiting for. Now, breathe with me. Not that automatic, hurried breathing that you don't even realize you're doing. Let's do this as if hugging each other from the inside, as if saying to yourself, calm down, you're here. Inhale slowly. Count to 4. Feel the air coming in. Don't force, don't accelerate, just feel. Hold your breath. Count to 2. It's like you're holding a pause in your chest, just a moment of presence. Now let go very slowly. Count to 6 as the air comes out. As if each second of this exhalation takes away a little bit of the weight you carry. Again, inspires in 4, a hold in 2, release in 6. Do it. One more time, and one more. I'm a target. No expectation of getting better. Just do it, because you deserve that break. Anxiety will try to pull you forward, will want to run. But you can choose to slow down. Your breath is your anchor. It's where you come back to when everything starts to fall apart. And after the air calms down, try to come back to the now, not in thought, in body. Look around you, even if it seems too small. Find something you can play right now. Anything. A cup, a pillow, the fabric of your clothes, the arm of the chair. Really pull over. Feel the texture, the temperature, the contact. This touch anchors you. Now listen, is there any sound nearby? Maybe the wind outside, a car passing, some household noise, maybe the sound of your own breathing. Do you see how this brings you back? Finally, try to notice a smell around you. It could be the coffee that has gone cold, the soap on your skin, the smell of the street, the house, anything. Smell also anchors. It also reminds you are here, right now, now. These 3 things, touch, sound, smell, are more than senses. They are return portals. They are like invisible hands pulling you back to your body, for life, for presence. And maybe you think, but is that all? And I'll tell you, that's not all. It's a lot. When anxiety takes over, what seems small becomes impossible. And being able to breathe consciously is already an act of courage. Coming back to now is like building a bridge in the midst of chaos. It's not instantaneous, but it is possible. And every time you do this, you are training your system not to panic about your own feelings. You are teaching your body that feeling is not synonymous with danger. Breathing is shelter. Presence is a shield. Touching what is real, listening to what is around you, smelling the now, all of this saves you a little at a time. And you don't have to do it like a perfect ritual. Do it any way you can. Sometimes it will be in the bathroom at work, sometimes hidden in the bedroom, sometimes in the middle of a crisis. But it does. Even with your mind saying it's no use, do it. Even with your body shaking, do it. Even if you think it's not working, keep going. Because little by little, and really little by little, you will realize that there is a place inside you that remains calm, even when everything outside. This place is yours. And it didn't disappear. It just got drowned out by the noise of anxiety. And every time you breathe consciously, that you touch something real, that you anchor yourself in the now, you approach that space again. And there is no charge. There is no judgment. Don't be afraid to feel. There's only you there. And you by yourself are enough. But look, don't keep it to yourself. You can write below what worked for you in those moments. Maybe what helped you will help someone else breathe today. Maybe your comment will be the anchor another heart needs. Take another breath, because there is still something I want you deserve to. Anxiety screams. Shout loudly. Scream even when no one is listening. She doesn't need words. She knows how to express herself in the tightness in the chest, in the insomnia that becomes routine, in the feeling of urgency without cause. It appears in the middle of a conversation, in traffic, in the shower, when you just want silence. And even in the silence, she's still there, screaming inside your head. But there is another voice, one you might have forgotten to hear, one that doesn't impose, that doesn't pressure, that doesn't rush you. It's your calm. Yes, it still exists, even if it seems far away, even if the body is racing and the mind is confused. This calm lives inside, but it is shy. She doesn't yell, she doesn't invade, she doesn't demand attention. She whispers and whispers, softly. And you can listen, but only if you stop demanding so much of yourself. Maybe what is stopping you from hearing your own peace be the belief that you need to be productive all the time, that you have to take care of everything, that you always need to explain yourself, justify your tiredness, rationalize your pain. But the truth is, you don't have to handle everything right now, not even today, not even alone. You can take a break, you can breathe. You can say, I'm not okay, without feeling weak about it. You have that right. The right to not be in control all the time, of not being able to smile at 7 in the morning, of not wanting to answer anyone, of simply existing and being respected for it. That calm you seek outside. Maybe it's just waiting for you to stop attacking yourself inside. It is born when you allow yourself to feel, no rush to understand, no rush to resolve, without the obligation to be better now. Sometimes getting better isn't about climbing the mountain. It's just coming out of the dark. And lighting a small candle changes everything. You don't need to shine a light on everyone. You just need to light yours, even if weak, even if it's shaking. It's already enough to guide you to the next step. And the next step? It could just be sitting down and accepting that today, everything is difficult. Accept without judging yourself. Accept without trying to fix it. You are not a problem to be solved. You are a being in process. And processes take time. And when you demand too much of yourself, you hurt yourself. You push out the only part that can heal from within, acceptance. Try just for today to treat yourself the way you would treat someone you love. With less criticism, with more understanding, with kinder eyes. Because sometimes we hurt ourselves more than the anxiety itself. And the more you embrace yourself, this calm has more space to grow. Not like but like a breeze. It slowly emerges between one thought and another, between one fear and another, between I won't be able to and I'm trying. And in the meantime is where the real strength lies, not the one that appears in motivational speeches, but the one that arises when you get up even without wanting to, the moment you choose to breathe, even with everything suffocating you, the moment you decide not to give up, even without knowing exactly why you should continue. This is the silent strength. It is the force that sustains the invisible. It's the force that no one applauds, but it's the one that matters most. You don't have to be noisy. You can be presence. You don't need to run. You can walk. And sometimes just staying is a miracle. Stay here. Remain in yourself. Keep breathing, even when anxiety tries to drown you. Remember, anxiety can be high, but your calm also knows how to make itself heard. She just doesn't scream. She waits for you to be silent so she can speak. And now that you've come this far, maybe now is the time to listen. Not that voice that judges you, not fear disguised as warning, but the voice that says, you're doing well. You are worthy of lightness. You don't have to win everything. And if any of this touched your chest, let it echo right here in the comments, even if it's just one word, one sentence, a rant, something that represents that moment of pause, that moment of encounter with your own strength, your word, even if timid. It might be the whisper someone needs to read right now. And if at some point, soon, or in a few days, tighten everything again, remember this here. Remember there is a place where your pain doesn't need to hide, A space where you don't have to pretend you're okay, nor rush to say, everything's fine when your chest just wants to scream, come back here. It doesn't matter the time, the day, or the reason. Even if you don't know how to explain what you're feeling, even if you can't write anything, time. This voice will not demand a solution from you. She won't ask you for a forced smile or demand that you look better. She'll just be here, whispering slowly with the same care as now, reminding you that even in your pauses there is beauty, that even when everything seems to be falling apart, there is a little thread of light trying to find a way through. You don't have to come in one piece. It may even come in pieces. You may come with doubts, with fear, with a tired heart. You may come without the energy to react, without ready answers, without faith in tomorrow. Here, even silence has value. Here, even the soft crying is heard. And if at any point anxiety starts to scream too loudly again, louder than your breathing, louder than your sleep, louder than your will to continue, time. Go back to that corner where no one will rush you, where all that is expected of you is that you exist, neither strong nor productive nor resolved. Only human. This voice doesn't want to change your life in a video. She just wants to remind you that there is life inside you, even on days when there seems to be nothing left. And if you feel like this video was a shelter, let this be recorded. Write something here in the comments. It doesn't have to be pretty or deep, just true. Maybe someone on the other side of the screen is feeling the same way as you, and your word be the breath she has not yet found. And if this whisper welcomed you, help him find other hearts. Click no like. This is not vanity, it is a bridge between those who feel too much and those who haven't yet had the courage to say it out loud. And if you want more moments like this, if you want more words that respect your time, your silence, your process, subscribe to the channel. Here, you won't find any rush, you will find presence. This page remains open for you, as if it were a room with low lighting, a light blanket, a voice in your ear that only says, breathe, I'm here. And it will be, whenever the world seems too much, whenever your chest feels heavy again, whenever you don't know where to rest, that voice will be here. Sus, in the next conversation, why feeling so much is not what weakens you. It is what makes you more human. In the next video, you'll discover how to turn your anxiety into strength. No magic formulas, just truths that work in real life. I'll see you there. There's a new voice waiting for you.